again. Welcome back to the stream. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. All right, put it in the chat, and that'd be great. Today we'll just do a Q&A, and we'll just see how things go. I'll just answer you guys' questions because it's a lot happening this game week. Let's see. I'm on live. Yeah, there we are. Let me know. Perfect. If you could type in chat so you could see, so I can see if I can see the chat, that would be ideal. Because it's not updating right now. Yeah, I can see you. Okay, perfect, Eddie. Hello, Pops. How are we? Happy to have everyone back again. Hi, Ruben. How are you? Well, George, what's the crack? Hope we're well. Ashley, how are you? What do you think of the Liverpool match, lads? I thought it was a really good game. And also, I tried to upgrade the stream. We added a subscriber bar. I know it's not special, but at least it's something. Hello, Shallow. How are you? Sevens, hello. FPL Henners, you were in my Twitter saying that you're going to be here. Hello from Malaysia. Hello, Kenneth. How are you? Great to see you. What's up, AFC Flow? Praffle, HI, will you be posting your team selection video? Yeah, I will be, but I think my team selection might go down to like the very last day, so I don't know if I can make a video on it by the time I make my transfers, because it'll depend a lot on like if we get Haaland news. Hello, Fleur, how are you? Diaguit, Luke. Hello, Sarah. Okay, so you can ask your questions away. When there's not questions, I'll just be looking through my team here, and you'll be looking at that with me, so that's great. And I'll try to get back to as many questions as I can. I don't know how many people we're going to have in here today, but I'll try to get through all of them. Also, I'll try speak a bit slower. I know I got a few comments just to slow down when I'm speaking, so I'll try my best. By the way, today we're in a different location. I'm at a hotel. I'm doing work placement at a company, and I had to go to a different county, so that's the way to change the scenery. So the lighting might be the best, but it will do for the time being. Okay, let's read some of your questions. Definitely looking to get rid of Saka at this rate. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Arsenal have been really poor in the last few games, but I don't know if I get rid of him just yet. Like, you have Son and Salah to get rid of, and then you mightn't be happy with a Darwin, for example, or Solanke. I wouldn't get rid of Solanke either, but like, I just don't think it's time to get rid of Saka, especially if he's on penalties. That's just what I think anyway. Arsenal were a better team, need forward to score, and they could win. Yeah, Arsenal are very poor going forward, which is usually like not the case. They're usually clinical in front of goal. But yeah, they've been off the ball a few games now, which is unusual. They've Crystal Palace in their next game week, so we'll see how that goes. And then Arteta will be put under a bit of pressure after that, I reckon, if he doesn't get a result. How do I moderate someone? Let me see. My boy George is in here, so I'm going to try give him the mod. Can I do that in here, though? I don't think so. 1 sec. Let me go to my video. Shit. Give me 2 seconds, lads. Sorry. I'm just going to try give moderator someone, and he can look after chat. And 1 second. But yeah, I'm such a noob at this. Like, it's so new to me that like it's gonna take me a while to get used to. But we're getting there. Like, it's slowly getting easier. George, where are you, my boy? Let's see. Can I moderate you? Go to channel. No, I won't let me. Okay, so we'll have to bin that. Never mind. Let me keep reading. So, Jota came off the bench and got an assist. He's clinical. Yeah, Jota looked amazing coming on. Straight away, like, you could see the impact he was making. And I mean, it was a good assist as well. He's a good player. That's like, he always wins headers somehow. For a small fella, I've never seen a man jump that high. And he's really good at holding up the ball. He's strong as well. I think it was Connor Cody that was speaking about how good Jota was, and it's good to see that he's back. And hopefully, he doesn't come get injured again. Like, so we'll see what happens. After the Liverpool versus Arsenal game, I don't think Arsenal are too good at this time. Yeah, they're not great, but they play Crystal Palace next week. I want to see what happens in that game, personally. Liverpool's always a tough fixture, so I wouldn't be getting rid of them just yet. Thoughts on Timo Werner to Spurs. All right, this is an interesting one. It was surprising. I woke up 1-1 and I couldn't believe it. It's like I was in a parallel universe. I was just like, there's no way this is real. Like, but yeah, Timo Werner to Spurs. Here we go in a matter of a day. It's great for Spurs, to be honest. It's only a 6 month loan with a buy option of about 15 or 20 million, which is, I mean, we give him opportunity. If he's good, then we buy him for 15 million. You can't complain. And for 6 months, if he's not good, then he just sits there. But I think he's good for Spurs. I mean, he'll add to the press for sure, which I know Ange loves. So he made a comment about that being a large factor. At the end of the day, like, we're not bringing in Werner for him to be our main striker and score goals. Be our main talisman, but he will have a role to play in the Spurs team, in my opinion. Hello, Tashin. How are you? Who are you? How are we captaining? Oh, so we now. Okay. No, I don't know who I'm captaining. Captaincy this week is proper hard. Like, last week was tough, and a lot of people had Salah at least, but there'll be no Salah and no Son this week, and it doesn't look like we'll have Erling Haaland either. So I think it'll be up for grabs for absolutely anyone. But we'll zoom in on my team here. Here are my options. I might just go to the pick team. Yeah, so this is how we're looking. Gabriel Jesus is still injured. I think he'll be out for a bit longer than we think he will be. So I will have to get rid of him as well alongside Son and Salah, which is not ideal. But I mean, that was part of the idea of having a 15-man team on wildcard. I mean, if players got injured, or I knew the likes of Son and Salah were going. So it was great to have a full 15 here. I think it's a good strategy rather than just having like enablers that are cheap, in my opinion. But yeah, right now, I mean, it's on Saka by default, but it's not necessarily who I'm going with. I think Palmer's a good option. Foden as well. I'll be looking at Foden for sure. Again, he was amazing today. I didn't watch the game, but I saw he scored, and I heard great reviews about Foden. But yeah, he's a transfer I'm really happy with, and I'll be definitely keeping him for the future. And they've got a double to come as well. Hey, up, still getting chances. Bone injury means time for Jota. Okay, yeah. So today Bone got injured. Well, he got a knock. I'm pretty sure that he's about 2 weeks until they play in the league. So he has a good amount of time to recover from a knock. But yeah, Paqueta also got subbed off early, which is unfortunate for West Ham. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Bone's fit come the deadline. It's going to be absolute havoc with Bone, I'd say, because people aren't going to have a clue about Haaland either, and we'll be scrambling around on deadline day to see what happens. So I'll be doing the deadline, a deadline day Saturday. So yeah, that's another thing that I need to speak about. So the deadline got changed from Saturday 11 o'clock to I think 6:30 Friday, something like that. So I will try my best to do a stream Friday. I'm not sure what the crack will be with work, but I'll try my best to do it, and I'll be happy to see all of you there. Foden and Saka, or Saka and Gross. Look, they're two great options. Again, I'm not going to choose one, but either way, I don't think you can go wrong with that. Haaland, Gabriel, Jesus, when then create 48 chances and score none. I am worried at his owner. Yeah, no, I think he's out anyway. I would personally be looking to get rid of him. I think he's going to be out for a bit longer than we think he is. When do you think KDB should be an option? KDB could be an option right now for sure. I'm after scrolling down the chat. Anyway, yeah, KDB, he looks great, to be honest. He came back today and got an assist, and it's almost like he was injured. He was playing Middlesbrough, to be fair, but I really like KDB because he, like, at some point in time, if you don't want him anymore, he's one of the most expensive, so you can just knock him down to Son or Madison come when he's back fit. And it makes it easier to go back up to Salah as well if you want him back. So yeah, KDB is definitely a good option with a double as well. Hi everyone, hi Choi, Sound Autumn. What's up Choi, how are we? Thoughts on Bruno? No one wants him, but it could be a good differential. Yeah, no, I agree. Bruno is hated, and I completely understand why. His personality isn't loved by rival fans, but I can completely get it. But as an FPL option, I remember just 2 years ago, he was one of the best ones in the game, and everyone had him. And he still is that player. It's just that United team is not as good as it used to be. Well, they were never that good, but it's worse now for sure. But I think, look, with Bruno, like, he's on set pieces, he's on penalties, he's reliable, you know he's going to get 90 minutes. And with the likes of Bowen, Paqueta, Kudus, Son, Salah going, I mean, we don't have many more options than the likes of Jota, Gross, Palmer, Saka, Foden, all of them. So I don't think he's the worst shout either. He definitely does get hate because he's Bruno. If he changed his name to maybe like Madison and he had the characters, like the character of Madison, and he played for United, I think he wouldn't be as hated as much and people would be considered. Bring Gross or Jota for Salah. Yeah, again, I can't pick two great options. The only thing I'd say is Jota doubles and he blanks in 26 and Gross doesn't. So, I mean, it depends if you want to double or you want to just solid fixtures with Gross. It really depends. If I already have Bowen and Palmer, who should I bring in? Son, Salah, or Matoma? Yeah, I can't pick one. Eddie Casey says, "Hi Choi, do you think Haaland will be back for game 21? And what to do with Son? Who to get?" Yeah, that's interesting. So today we found out that Doku is back and that KDB is back. KDB didn't start, which was unusual in my opinion. I thought they would have tried to build up his minutes, but that wasn't the case. Haaland wasn't even in the squad, so I would say if I had to put my money on it, he will probably be in the squad against Newcastle. I don't know, just have a feeling with Pep. But even if he is in the squad, whether he plays or not, I haven't a clue. And if he does play, it's away to Newcastle, so I can't imagine they'd want to risk anything. They have a solid squad and a lot of players back anyway, so they don't need to rush him back just yet. But it is a tough game for City for sure, and it's a game they need to win, but they won't want to risk Haaland again for sure. Let's see. The game was painful for a Liverpool point of view till the end. Yeah, Konate, by the way, what a player. He was amazing. Every single time I made a tackle, I was saying, like, this can't be the same Konate that I've been seeing over the years. But he was great today, especially with Van Dijk out. Like, I thought Liverpool were going to be a small bit looser at the back than they were. But they looked like they were conceding chances. As in Arsenal had chances, they just didn't tuck them home. But there are points in the game where Konate just came up with like a crucial block or interception and made a turnover. So it was cool. Let's see. Thoughts on Garnacho? Yeah, okay. So Garnacho's an interesting one as well. He's not better than Bruno. Don't get me wrong. Even as an FPL asset, in my opinion. But for 4 points, I think it's 8 million. Garnacho is great for the price. And he definitely intrigues me. But right now, I just don't need the money. If I could go to Bruno, I probably would do it. Just because as an asset, he's definitely better with the penalties and set pieces. Who is your mid of choice to bring in? Yeah, so Tash and I haven't a clue. This is really tough for me to decide as well. It's not just you guys. Like, it's a tough choice, man. And I don't know what way I'll go, and I don't know how my mind is gonna be made up over the next few days. But as soon as I find out, I'll try to let you know and why. Bro, who are you transferring in Salah and Son? Yeah, I don't know. Do I play Foden or Richarlison next week? Spurs are playing United. And Foden plays Newcastle. I'm not even answering that. I don't know. Is it too early to play wildcard now? Yes. I would say it's too early because, look, you need to... Yeah, people can see my screen. That's good. So I think you need to hold your wildcard as long as possible. We have a lot of game weeks to come. We're only halfway through the season and you just got your second wildcard. There could be a lot of things that could happen during this point of the season. So we have a lot of doubles and blank game weeks coming up. Game week 25, we have a double game week, and game week 26, we have a blank. Game week 29 looks to be one of the biggest blanks I've ever seen. As of now, most of the teams are blanking, and there's a few that get to the fourth round of the FA Cup. And if they get there, we'll be looking at like 3 or 4 teams playing. No, 4 or 6 teams playing, something like that if they get through. So yeah, that's why I'd probably try to keep it as long as possible because you don't know what's going to happen. Did the deadline change? Yeah, the deadline changed. So changed from Saturday to Friday night. Is it worth bringing Haaland in this weekend? If you have nothing else to do, like if you don't already have Salah and Son gone, I would probably prioritise getting rid of them first. Richarlison looks worse now with Werner. Yeah, so that's the tweet I made. So Richarlison gets impacted not directly by Werner, because Werner's probably going to play on the left, but Richarlison could likely be subbed early, like I said, so probably in the 60th or 70th minute now, because Ange wants a really high pressing team with a lot of energy, so I can see him making early subs. Hi off core, how are you? Thoughts on Garnacho? Yeah, I have Foden. What player would you bring in? Bruno Tots. Yeah, no, we already spoke about Bruno, but Bruno is a good option for sure. He gets a lot of hate. Just tuned in. Who are you thinking of captain for game week 21? Yeah, no, Palmer's a good shout. Home to Fulham. That is a nice fixture. But I just don't know if I'd go there. Nkunku's out for another 3 weeks now, I think. So I don't know. And they don't really have a striker. They have Broja, but I don't know how he like impacts that Chelsea team. I think they'll beat Fulham, but I just don't know if I could captain Palmer just yet. Like he's been unreal. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if I'd go there. Do I play Foden or Richarlison? Yeah, I don't know. Have Jesus as well. Yeah, so if you have Jesus, he's going to be out. I would probably get rid of him. I'm hearing Bone got injured. Is that true? Yeah, he picked up a knock. Your top five midfielders from this game week, so on. Top five midfielders. So I would say I have three of them there. Bone against Sheffield United if he's fit. And the fifth one, I'm unsure. I really don't know. Harry Kane says Werner in. Yes, Werner in. Will I bring him in fancy football? Probably not. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, Bone is a good option for captaincy as well, by the way. I just don't know. If we don't get confirmation that he's going to play, by the time the deadline comes, I don't think I'll be captaining him. FPL Shy, first time joining your live stream. Do you recognise me, lol? 50 miles. No, I don't recognise you, but if you could let me know who you are, that would be great. I'm captain Adebayo versus Burnley at Turf Moor. Trust. Yeah, I like that. Why not? Go for it. It could be a good game for Luton. Let's see. 2 seconds. Let me just... The chat keeps refreshing itself sometimes. 2 minutes. Can you show me a wildcard draft just coming back this week? Yeah, okay, we can do that. I can do it live. I mean, it'll be made on the spot, so it will be just some thoughts on the spot. So it won't be anything special, but it might be a good guideline for you. We'll do that in a second. Thoughts on Gross? Yeah, no, Gross is a good option. I think even more so now than people were thinking at the start of the week. I really like Gross. And Brighton are starting to pick up some form with Estepinian back as well, actually. He's another fellow we have to speak about. Will Haaland be back for this game week? What to do with Son? Probably move on Son. I don't think Haaland will be back this week. And even if he is, I don't know if I'd risk bringing him back because it's a hard fixture. Hey man, would you recommend going with a Villa double defence versus Everton? Or Konsa and Walker for the upcoming game week? I would probably go Konsa and Walker. Just because I prefer to have two separate defenders from different teams. And City look good. Salah back for double game week 25 is the plan for me. Alright, how do you plan on doing that though? If Haaland is back? That's the real question. I wish I could get him back as well, but it's not looking very likely. Is it moved due to the Burnley game, right? Yeah, so Burnley and Luton got rescheduled to the Friday. Garnacho or Johnson? Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Johnson, to be fair. With Werner coming in now, he's definitely going to get less minutes. But like I said, I don't think Johnson came in for 60 million to be benched. I think he will get his chance. And especially with Werner, I don't think he'll come in straight away. When are you starting your new job? So I am starting my new job tomorrow morning. So wish me luck. What's your obsession with Bruno Fernandes? No obsession with Bruno Fernandes. It's just when people ask me about him in chat, I give him my honest feedback. And in my opinion, I think he's a good option. He's not been great this season, but he's one of the best midfielders in the league, and we don't really have much option. I think he's 8.2 for a man that's on penalties and 90 minutes. And with Eriksen coming back, you can see Bruno playing a more advanced position where I think he's best in number 10. So I don't think he's a bad option at all. Jota. Yeah, Jota. He's good, all right. No sign of Elise. Yeah, Elise is out. Does that mean we should favour Eze? Yeah, if it's between Eze and Elise, I would say I would go for Eze for sure because he's going to be on penalties. Do I play Foden? Yeah, you play Foden. Bruno hasn't changed. It's the forwards that are rubbish. Yeah, the forwards aren't great now, but they have a good run of fixtures. I think they can score a few goals for sure. So happy that you finally started a YouTube channel. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'm absolutely delighted to be doing it. It's something I like to do as a hobby. Will Elise go to Man United on loan? Yeah, so Elise has a buyout clause. I don't think he's going to go on loan to United, that I've heard anyway. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Is Tony a legit replacement for Nkunku at the moment? Yeah, Tony is a legit replacement. He scored a hat trick against the under 23s. I think it was yesterday. Um, but Tony has really hard fixtures. Brentford have some of the worst fixtures in the league coming. But the only thing they do have is I think they have a double game week to come as well. So I mean, if you back Tony to be playing 90 minutes and on penalties, why not? But I just don't know if I'd go there myself. When do you plan on playing your chips for the upcoming blank game week 29 and a double game week 25? Yes, so this is why we have Ben Crellin here. What a legend, by the way. I don't know if a lot of you know about him. If you don't, he's the GOAT in the FPL community. He basically provides us with Excel spreadsheets of just pure spitting knowledge. He basically displays blanks and double game weeks to come in the future and how they can occur, the permutations that will make them for the doubles and the blanks. So we'll go down to his spreadsheet that he made. I don't know if you can see this. So if we go to game week 25, so game week 25 is here, and these are the teams that are likely to double. And these depend on cup fixtures. So I think Chelsea are likely to blank with Spurs because we're supposed to play them that week in game week 26, and Liverpool are supposed to play Luton, who will also be postponed. But yeah, I don't know what my plan is going to be because game week 29 looks an absolute disaster. Like there's so many blank fixtures. So if we go to his last tweet, so this is I'll leave you read that. But basically, these are all the teams that can blank, and at the moment, pretty much all of them are blanking. Now there'll be 16 teams I think max that can blank, but right now it seems to be almost 16. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But what I'm thinking is trying to keep my chips for as late as possible. I would prefer to free hit in blank 29 personally, just because I feel like you get more of it than using it in a double, and just building my team up for the double 25. So we'll see what happens. Thinking of Jota and Dwight McNeil. That's an interesting one. I love Dwight McNeil. He's a good footballer. But I just don't know for FPL. But go for it. Why not? Pick 2, probably Gross and Bone. Have you been planning when you'll be using your chips? Yeah. So I'm trying, but with just not everything is being confirmed yet. It's hard to plan really. Like we want more concrete information before you really start looking further down the line. But yeah, we'll have soon. We'll have more from Ben, and he'll help us see the future, I suppose. What are my plans for my transfers? So I have 2 free transfers, and I have 1.3 in the bank. What am I thinking? I'm thinking I could get rid of Jesus this week and keep Son or Salah just for the time being, and get rid of him eventually. Jesus is not fit; he's going to be out for a while. But yeah, I would probably need to see what happens with Haaland. If Haaland is fit, I'm bringing him in. That's all you need to know, really. Konate Defo has outshined Saliba in the last few games they've played each other. I mean, yeah. But if you offer me who to take right now between Konate and Saliba, I take Saliba in a heartbeat. But Konate is a monster when he's good, and today he was excellent. Hey, Shai, what are your thoughts on Neto? Yeah, so Neto has some tough fixtures. I think he's a really good option though, and as a football fan, I love to watch Neto. He's really good, and he's a skillful winger. So it's great to see that he's back. Hopefully, he doesn't pick up another injury. But compared to the other midfielders that you could be going for, I don't think I'd go with Neto. But if you had him, I'd keep him for sure. When are you wildcarding? Yeah, so Fleur, I'm going to leave that as long as possible, like I said. When, I don't know. It's really hard to say. Some things might come up that might force me into doing it early, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. Who's the best midfielder starting for this week? Man, my chat keeps getting messed up. Sorry, lads. 2 seconds. I can see the wildcard mainly being used after AFCON and Asia Cup. Yeah, so you could do it in a couple of ways. You could free hit in 29, wildcard in game. Let me know if you can see me, because that's not good. Let me try to turn on my stream. Uh-oh. Are we still live? So you could do it in a couple of ways. You could free hit in 29, wildcard in game. You're back. Okay. I don't know what happened. I can't lie. If you can see me, because that's not good. Let me try to turn on. So I'm using hotspot right now, which is not ideal. because I'm in a hotel. I don't know if you lot heard this, but I'm using hotspot, so we might disconnect a few times. Hopefully not, but let's see what happens. Good luck in your new job. Thank you very much. What are you studying in college? I am studying computer science. In my third year. Um, Jake Hallahan, who's the best midfielder starting for this week? Sorry. Is Van Hecken for Brighton 4 million who regularly starts a good transfer? Yeah, Van Hecken is definitely a good transfer. I like him a lot. It'd be interesting to see what happens with him because I think he should get good game time. And with Estupinian back, they look a bit better at the back. And he also has some decent numbers in terms of goal threat for the last 3 games. So that'll be interesting. Thank you, Shallow, for the best of looks for work. Bone injured, not sure what to pick now. Yeah, that's a hot topic. It's unfortunate for West Ham, like I said. Hey, Shai, good luck with the new job. Thank you, Daniel. Who is the best captain for Game Week 21? And why is it? And why is it Jota? Yeah, so Captaincy will be interesting for Game Week 21. Jota is actually a good shout. I never even thought about him. They are playing Bournemouth. But yeah, if I had Jota, I would definitely be considering him. Son or Salah should be removed first. I can get Haaland with some money. Better to keep it for a double. Yeah, you're right. Even if people just joined, I'm seeing the deadline has changed. Yeah, deadline got changed to Friday. Because Burnley and Luton got changed. Is Kudus a hold? Don't have a free hit available, and I already did a -4. I would probably hold Kudus if you have a full team. He's a cheaper player that you can probably hold off on. But if you don't have a full team, I'd move him on. Please review my team. I've replied to your Twitter Q&A. Okay, let's see if you have sent in any questions to my Twitter. 2 seconds. I don't know what that is. There it is. Thank you for the shout, whoever that was. Let's see. All right. Hey, need your recommendations for this team. Free hit has been used. Have one free transfer. I'm a risk taker. My plan is to do Salah and Gross. My son Doku. Yeah, you need to see what happens with Haaland. Yeah, game week 23 for Haaland could be good. Doku is an interesting one. I have not thought about him, but if you already have Foden, I don't know if you need Doku personally. But yeah, looks good. Do you favor fixtures over form or vice versa? It depends. Like, if the team is City and they are on good form, doesn't matter who they're playing. I fancy City. If they're playing Liverpool, if they're playing Arsenal, City can always get some goals. Same with Liverpool players. Doesn't matter who they're playing. The likes of Trent can always bag against, like we've seen, all the big boys. So there's no reason why, like, they're fixture-proof players, I like to call them. But for the smaller teams, like not smaller teams, but the teams that are less of stature, like Brighton, when it comes to fixtures, it doesn't matter what their form is like. I think like a team like them can easily turn and start playing good, like we've seen. So Brighton look good, and I do fancy their fixtures. So yeah, it kind of depends. What should I do with double defense shy? I have Poro. I've Poro and a Dogi. Should I keep or sell? I would probably keep him. Spurs have really good fixtures, and our wing backs are really attacking, so I definitely keep him. Got 2 free transfers. Thinking of Salah out for either Jota or City mid, and Haaland in for Alvarez. Yeah, Ice Valley. You'd have to wait until the fixtures or until we get news about Haaland. I don't think we will though. But if Haaland's fit, for sure, why not? You were talking about free hit game week 29 and then wildcard. Yeah, I was. That's exactly what I was talking about. Are you going to come to FPL meets in the future? Yeah, so I will be at FPL Fest. I don't know, or Fest is as it's called. I got invited to that, so I'll be going over to that at some point. I think it's 16th of April or August, one of the two. But yeah, I'm excited for that. It's the first week of the season, so it'd be nice to meet up with everyone, and it's cool interacting with a community that I like interacting with. So it'd be nice to meet people in person. Can you shout out Dylan Huang? Shout out Dylan Huang. Ibrahim, evening mate. How are you, Ibrahim? I hope you're well. Who should we get first? KDB or Foden? KDB or Foden? I think if you've the money, go KDB. Why not? But I mean, they're both good options. KDB, I don't know if he's going to start next game. That's the only thing. Gusto or Estupinian? Estupinian probably. He's better fixtures, and Brighton look like They're on some form. Estepinian scored in the cup as well. Uh, why are you speaking Irish to me, man? Will you wildcard Salah and Son back? Yeah, I'll probably wildcard Salah back in at some point in if I haven't already got him in. But it's hard to say who I'm going to wildcard in because I don't know what game week I'm going to do it in, if you know what I mean. Do you like Palmer as captain? Yeah, so Palmer is interesting. Let me go through some players that I like. Let's make a wildcard draft on the spot. Now, I won't be copying this because, again, it's made up on the spot. So it could look a bit mad, but let's do it. Why not? One guy for me that has to go in for the coming fixtures is Pedro Porro for sure. He looks great. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. I never used this version of Fantasy on desktop, which is new to me, but we'll get there. I like this. Okay, no. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's cook. Is Trippier an asset you keep, or would you personally have a Newcastle defense for Neutra? Yeah, I would keep Trippier. Like you're gonna see, if I had a wild card, this is what I would do. So I'd probably have Trippier. I'd probably keep Trent. Obviously this week it's hard to do anything because you don't know what the crack is with Haaland. But if I was wildcarding, I would bring him in for sure, regardless of the news. Just because it'll be tough to get him in otherwise, unless you want to leave money in the bank, which I don't think is worth. I would have, who else? I would have Parvis S2 Let's see, S2. Why is he not coming up? I am in forwards, that's why. Sec replacement, S2 Okay. I would actually probably have João Pedro on wildcard. I know a lot of people are sick of this fella, but he looks pretty good and he's on penalties. So I would probably have him. Another guy I would have is Isak. He is someone I am looking at myself. They play City this week is tough, but I mean, I think we're gonna see a change in their form. I don't think they'll be as bad as we've seen them be, and that sometimes teams just go through rough patches, especially after the Champions League. They hit lows, so I think Newcastle will probably bounce back. Who would I go as a keeper for wildcard? Probably Steady Eddie, I would say so, because I don't know, why not have a City asset in there? I probably wouldn't keep Dubravka because if you wanted 3 Newcastle. Yeah, Isak is an interesting option, alright. And with Wilson being out, if he can stay fit, I think he will be great. And I'm fairly sure he's also on penalties. So he's an interesting one. He's he's an ace I have in my pocket for sure. Who would I go as my second goalkeeper? Let's just throw anyone in there for now. Let's throw in Quavin Keller because he's only 3.7. And we pray that Ederson doesn't get rotated by Pep like he always does. Yeah, that goal from Porro was ridiculous, man. Like, I saw that and I was actually just dumbfounded. No, I'm not with the Areola and Turner wave, to be honest. Who would I have as my other defender? Okay, let's go into the midfield because this is probably the most important. I'd probably keep Foden. For me, he's just too good right now. He's their main man with Haaland and De Bruyne being out. I'd probably have Cold Palmer as well. That guy's ridiculous for the price, 5.2. Why not? Now, the rest of them, I would have Bowen if he's fit. Just because, why not? And who else would I have? Let's see. So this is where it gets tricky, right? So you want to be looking into the future with some of your picks. I'm after losing the Ben Crellin post, but so in game week 25, we know Liverpool are likely to blank. So you could go with Jota, but that would mean, knowing that they're going to blank, you would have to have a team ready for game week 26 that covers, let's just say, your Trent or your Jota that you bring in that do blank. So I've seen a couple of suggestions in chat. For me, I would probably go Jota, just for the double. Come on, midfielder, please. Jota? No? Oh, Diogo, that's why. Welcome, Diogo. Add player. And who would I have here? Maybe Saka. It's hard to say. I really like that midfield though, as it is now. Who would I have here? I mean, it probably has to be Saka. Like, I just want an Arsenal defender or an Arsenal attacker in there. I've seen Garnacho. Garnacho is a good shout for 4.7, but is he better than Saka? Definitely not. Look, we'll throw in. You know what? We'll throw in Garnacho because he is a good shout. Garnacho. And who's it? 7.5. Who do we want? Let me look. Let me look through this list. Saliba, Virgil. I mean, you could go double Liverpool. That's an interesting shout that I played around with. It's just you'd have a benching headache every week. So let's go with Doughty because he looks really good. I can't lie. And you have 3.1 to play around with there. I don't know what you do with that personally. Yeah, Moreno. That's another good shout. Yeah, he's definitely someone I would be looking at in that spot. So that's just a quick draft. That's only going through it quickly. So like I said, Gordon is still good. If I had Gordon, if I had Trippier, if I had Isaac, I would be keeping them for the fixtures that are coming. Just because they don't blank, which is kind of vital right now. I mean, we have a lot of players in our teams that are likely going to blank in game week 26. The likes of Spurs and Chelsea assets, and some Liverpool and Liverpool and Fulham assets. So there's also a chance that United blank in game week 26, but it doesn't look likely, I don't think. But yeah, so there it is. Doughty for the double that they have eventually. Garnacho for some good fixtures. But yeah, so there, whoever asked for that wild card, there you go. Again, it's just something I made up on the spot, so I wouldn't be dependent on it, and I probably definitely wouldn't copy it either because I mean, what do I know? You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know how many are in here. I don't even know how to check it, to be honest. Give me a second. How do I check? We got 103 people watching. Watching me chat absolute rubbish. So hello everyone in chat. A lot of lurkers. No one's commented in chat. If you have any questions, this is a Q&A, so ask away. I'm here to answer absolutely anything. But yes, thanks for everyone that's in here. I appreciate it. We'll probably stream until about 9:15, I would say. Liverpool, United, Spurs, Luton, Chelsea, Fulham all could blank in game 26. Yeah, that's correct. It'll be interesting because if I didn't have my free hit, I would definitely, just because you can always rely on that, I'd be looking into the future more than if I did have it. Would you downgrade Watkins? Okay, yeah, so I would have probably had Watkins in that draft. That was just something I made on the spot. Who would I take out? I don't know. We won't get into that. But Watkins to Tony to afford Bone over Jota. If I had Watkins, I'd keep him, definitely. I'd definitely keep Watkins. When do you plan to play wildcard? I actually don't know. Will you get rid of both Salah and Son next week? Again, Martin, it depends on what's the story with the big fella up top. So we're going to see what happens. And if he's not starting, obviously not. If he is starting, I'm probably still not going to. I don't know. It's hard to say. What about Kevin De Bruyne? Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne's a good option, like I said. For sure, he's back, but I just don't know if he'll play a full 90 minutes just yet. It's probably a game week too early, but if he is starting, he's definitely someone you could look at. How are you getting Salah back if he's back in game week 24? Yeah, so there's a chance that Salah does come back early. I don't know how I would even think about bringing back Salah because we're in game week 21 now and you won't have many transfers. If I were to do it, what I would have to do is probably knock Trent down to an Estupinian, for example, and upgrade the likes of Saka up to Salah. But that even at that is a stretch. So I really don't know what I'd do. But keeping in mind that Salah could blank in game week 26 and game week 29, I don't know if he's a must. A lot of us currently have a 3-4-3 formation. What do you think we can use Watkins' funds better in the mid? No, I like Watkins personally. If I had Watkins, I'd be keeping him. I wouldn't be too worried about that. Thoughts on Adebayo? Yeah, Adebayo is an interesting one. I don't know if I'd bring him in though, because I just feel like there's a few more options or directions you can go with that. Is Trent an option for captaincy? Yeah, I like Trent versus Bournemouth. It's definitely an outside shout, especially away because I mean, Trent is amazing. He's one of those players that there's very few like him. That he's amazing at passing the ball. Don't get me wrong, but it's just something about how he passes the ball. Like he understands, he makes it easier for his teammates to control the ball off his pass. I don't know how to explain it. Some of his flicks around the corner or even cushions or the angles he makes are amazing. He's kind of like Harry Kane, um, who, in my opinion, is an unbelievable passer too. Harry Kane says, "How can I send a super chat?" So I do not yet have super chat set up as I need to have a certain amount of monetization. But once I get that all set up, we'll have that sorted and you can send your super chats away. Who are you planning to replace for Isaac? I don't know what you mean by that question. How much will Werner be? I think Werner will probably be around 7 million, 6.5 or 7 million, probably, most likely. Who are the best differentials for the next three game weeks? Um, I think Sterling's a good differential. Garnacho and Eze probably. Sell Trent towards Salah, yeah. Man United still have to play Wigan in the FA Cup tomorrow, that's right. For those without Saka, do you think we should bring him in over other midfielder options? If I didn't have Saka now, I wouldn't be bringing him in, I don't think. But yeah, I don't think I get rid of him just yet. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. Yeah, thank you for letting everyone know. If you find any of this useful or you want to follow along, be sure to subscribe. We would appreciate it. Sell Saliba or Gabriel? I would sell Saliba probably. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Liben says, congratulations for the new channel. Wish you all the best. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Egypt won 2-0 and Salah played 90 minutes. Did he score? I didn't even know they were playing, to be honest. Who was the most dispensable between Solanke and Watkins? For me, it was always Solanke. Even when he was doing well, I preferred Watkins over him. Look, it was interesting that I know Bournemouth have a double, but I don't know, Solanke's fixtures didn't look good, so I didn't. That's why I don't have him. Will you still captain Saka from what we've seen today? Yeah, what we saw today doesn't put me off. Look, he's been poor, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, they're playing Liverpool, and I mean, people have off days. I know he hasn't been good for a while now, but against Crystal Palace, man, he could always explode, so I wouldn't get rid of him, and I don't know if I'd captain him though. Who has the best fixture swing coming up? So on the fixture ticker, Brighton have the best fixtures. I don't know if I can get that up for you. How do I? Let me go into transfers and just go through Brighton's. So Brighton have a ridiculous run of fixtures, I have to say. So this is a man that interests me for sure, and someone I'm considering myself. I think he's a really interesting pick for sure, and I like the idea of it. So here are Brighton's fixtures. As you can see, like, I mean, until game week 28, they look absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so Brighton assets look good, to be fair. Hi, do you plan to have both Salah and Haaland in your team? See, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know when Salah's going to be back. I don't know if Haaland's going to be playing next game, so it's hard to say. But if they are both back, ideally, I'd like to have both. Will Werner be mid or forward? That is a good question. I assume he's going to be a forward. But he could be a mid, which would be weird. I don't know what I prefer him to be either. Would you start Gabriel or Trippier? Probably Trippier for the upside. What do you think about Neto and Gross? Yeah, Neto and Gross is good. It's just Neto has hard fixtures. Let me get up Neto's fixtures just to make sure I'm not chatting. Let me make sure what I'm saying is true. So we get Neto's fixtures. Let's see. That player. So here are Neto's fixtures. Oh, they're actually not bad at all. They're not great. The next 5 are tough, man. And then they go on a good run. But yeah, he's a nice option if he's fit. I know he's not like fully up to speed yet, but he's definitely a good shout. No goal from Salah today. Yeah, that's interesting. By the way, is anyone playing Fantasy Football Africa and Fantasy Football Asia Cup? I made a league if anyone's interested. DM me on Twitter if you want the code, and we'll make it happen. Do you think Gordon is fine playing this week? Yeah, Gordon is probably not the worst. I mean, he's playing City away, which is not ideal, obviously, but he can always come up with something, I suppose. Why is no one mentioning Odegaard? Because Arsenal are poor right now. And out of all midfielders, I just don't know if he'll be bringing in an Arsenal one. Assuming a lot of people already have Saka. So a lot of people have Saka and are probably looking to get rid of him. And I don't think they'll be looking to get rid of him for Odegaard, personally. Estepinian is my favourite option. Scored in the FA Cup as well. Yeah, Estepinian looks great. He's one that excites me, man. I think a lot of people will have him in their teams for the future, and even myself. Hopefully, we have enough transfers to get him in. Should I take out Pedro on wildcard, give him Brighton's fixtures? Brighton have really good fixtures, man. I don't know what you mean by that. Who will you sell first, Salah or Son? I don't really think it matters who you sell first because I'm probably going to sell both. I have Son since the start of the game. I think I got him for 9 million, so I have a lot of money tied up in Son, but I'll probably still will get rid of him. So depends if I want Haaland back. I'll have to sell Salah first. Bench one: Bowen, Foden, Odegaard, Palmer, Sterling, Alvarez, João Pedro, Watkins. Who am I benching out of them? Um, excuse me. Who would I bench out of those? I don't know. It depends on the news we get back on Bowen. Estepinian loves the card though. Yeah, he does. Madison back soon. Is he an option? Yeah. I love the idea of Madison. I think he's unbelievable. Probably one of the best in the league. Like, for sure, Madison is one that interests me. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think Spurs will be much better with the likes of Van de Ven back. And then by the time Madison is fit, which is a few weeks, a few of the AFCON boys will come back as well. So bless you. Thank you, boys. I appreciate it. Any other questions or anything you want me to go through? We can go through it. I'm after showing you a wildcard draft. I'll bring back up my team just in case you're interested. We can look at my points last week even. Yeah, so last week was an interesting one. Hey mate, just joined the stream. How are you doing? Who are your top three replacements for Salah and Son? Probably Jota, Foden, and who else? Jota and Foden. I don't know about a third one. Bowen, if he's fit. I really want Madison back. Yeah, I can't wait for Madison to be back, man. I absolutely love that guy. He's slowly become one of my favorite players. I can't wait for him to be back. Madison, I think, is a better option than Saka. Yeah, for sure. When he's fit, he's probably going to be fit after the Brentford game, I'd like to say. So we'll see what happens. Rank them in order, please. Foden, Jota, Gross, Bruno. Probably Foden, Gross, Jota, and then Bruno. Any content ideas for the future? Yeah, what you need to let me know what you want to see. Is there anything different you want to see, or any suggestions that you have for content? I haven't even really thought about it other than like the normal deadline stream and preview. So we'll see. Not Richarlison. Richarlison is looking like he blanks in game week 26. So I'm kind of put off by him, and especially with the signing of Werner, I don't know if I'd hold Richarlison if I had him, but if I didn't have him, I'd probably not get him in. Was Bowen's injury a knock or a sprain? From what I've heard, it was a knock. It was in one of the last minutes of the game, so it was unfortunate that that was unnecessary, but that stuff happens. If you're to target Brighton, are the three players you would like are Estepinian, Gross, Pedro? Yes. What's your view on taking hits? Yeah, so is there a way I can pull up my hits this season? Transfers, maybe. Don't think so. I want to try show you my hits. Fixtures. Maybe points. List view. Let me see. No. If anyone knows how to pull it up, let me know. But I took 2 hits this season, I think. And that was for Alvarez and Son in game week 4, which was a -4, and then for Palmer 1 week. And it really paid off. Of course, Palmer has been unreal. And the week I got Son and he scored a hat-trick, so that was great. We want a Tony video, the good and bad differential. Yeah, Tony's an interesting one, alright. Spurs signing some Argentinian cam, Barco. I've not seen that. If you could let me know, that would be great. But yeah, Spurs need to get moving for sure in the window. I know Fabrizio said that we'll have a busy week next week, I think. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with Eric Dyer. Jota or Bowen? Probably Jota, to be fair. I really like Jota. He's excellent, but Bowen is just as good. If you're considering to buy Isaac, in whose place will you put it in your team? Yeah, so for my team, it would have to be for Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus is out, and he's going to be out for a while, I think. So, yeah. On your career profile, where you see your rank changes, you can see the hits. On your career profile. Career. Let's see, how do we get there? Stats, no. More, nope. Points, maybe. Game week history, maybe. Here, 2 seconds. On your career profile, where you see your rank changes, you see the hits. Oh, okay, I see what you mean now. Yeah, we have it here. Yeah, so you can see it there. Yeah, so the last few game weeks have been mad. As you can see, it's mad how week by week it changes. But we've seen a good bit of consistency now, which is great. That's the main thing for me. If you're considering to buy, yeah, no, we already read that. I think it's in the league view. Thank you. A good idea for content is a tier list of transfers. I know a lot of people like that type. As in like number one tier, as in like Jota, Foden, Saka, for example, and number two, maybe someone that you wouldn't necessarily bring in. I like that. I like that. Um, Dragushin should be over the line next week. Yeah, he's probably definitely likely to happen. I'm happy we're signing someone, so that'll be great. Um, New Snow is great for football news like transfers and the source. That's right. Maybe too much work, but a differential team for each game week might make for interesting videos. Yeah, see, everyone wants differentials, but um, like it's hard to pick a new differential every week because I mean, like it's not like a new player spawns in every week. You get me? So it's definitely something like a differential for the next 5 game weeks, for example, over a course of fixtures. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's in game week history for how many hits. Yeah, so we're in the game week history now, right? Um, is that that stands out to you for this? I'm interested. How much team value do you have built up now? I personally have 100.5 on the dot, which is great. Do you ever get inside info, injury, team news, or transfers? A small bit, um, but we won't talk about that. Just a small bit though. Um, so I'll probably wrap it up in about 9 minutes, lads. I don't know how many are in here. Let's have a look. There's 78 people still watching. Thank you to all 78 of you. Appreciate it. Let me see. But yeah, so we took 2 hits, like I said. But every single week I make a transfer, pretty much, unless I know I need to keep a transfer. So I'd say to you, if you wildcarded recently and you know you don't need to use it, I assume if you wildcarded, you already have Haaland. I'd probably just roll my transfer if you can. So yeah, hopefully next week we can push for top 10 again. This is the team again. I'm probably going to play a four at the back, depending on if Haaland's fit. If not, we'll take out Son Salah and play 3-5-2. But yeah. When did you start playing FPL? Yeah, so I started playing FPL about 5 or 6 years ago. Funnily enough, my brother who's in the chat set it up for me. Shout out to him. What a legend. But how do I see game week history? Oh man, I was just there, no? So awkward, man. I just can't remember. Pick team, no points. But yeah, it was about when I was 13. I started playing FPL, which is quite a while ago, and it's kind of crazy if you think about it. I'm only 20, but I have a few years underneath my belt, even though they weren't the best of years because the ranks weren't the best. But I have a top 5k finish, which is cool. Dream transfers for Spurs could do this January. Maybe an exciting winger. I'd love that, or a 10. And I definitely, I don't know. We're probably going to sign Dragushin, but another one would be definitely deadly. So we'll see what happens. I got 104.4. Yeah, that's cool. I'm like, it's mad. Like a lot of people have 106, which is crazy. How do people do that? I haven't a clue, but I think team value is an interesting metric to the game. I just wish it was more transparent for people, because a lot of casual people don't understand how it works. I mean, and it can be confusing sometimes. Cheers for the streaming. Good luck with the game week. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. We're almost at 2k, which is deadly. Do you ever take a hit with no injuries? Went against the grain and picked up Paro this week, and he scored 8. Yeah, I mean, you can take a hit if you really feel like someone's going to do well. That's the only time I would probably do it. But other than that, like, I don't know if I take a hit otherwise, because in the coming weeks it could be costly and you might need your transfers. So yeah, you know what I mean. Douglas Luiz or Garnacho. Douglas Luiz is an interesting one. He always returns, but I probably prefer Garnacho. He's only 4.8, and with those fixtures to come, I mean, why not? So yeah, hi. Who really bring in Son Salah? Hi, who really can I bring in for Son and Salah? Jota probably. Are you team grass or analytics? I am team grass for sure. I watch all the games with my own eyes, man, and I mean the stats just back it up for me. But I'm not one that's looking for stats. I mean, of course, they're always there and they're helpful. Like they're not there for no reason. But in my opinion, there's some things that stats don't see. And again, we're playing FPL. If you wanted to play like a robot, I mean, you might as well just download an AI thing that'll do it for you and let that play for you for the whole game. But me, like I like making my own decisions. I mean, I don't really care about the stats because again, the AI can just go through all the stats, and that's not how I pick my players. And it is kind of boring to be fair, so I just like doing my own thing. But yeah, some analytics will probably always outweigh the grass players. Who can I bring in for Son Salah? What's your opinion about selling Salah and Jesus and get Bruno and João Pedro for -4? Yeah, for my own team as well, that would be interesting. I wouldn't write it off, but again, it depends with Haaland. I could take a -4. I just don't know if it would be worth it or not. So yeah, what's the AFCON Fantasy League? DM me on Twitter and I'll send it on to you. I think AFCON Fantasy League will be some buzz. Why not? Like, what do you think about Neto Wolves' differential? Yeah, like I said, Neto could be an interesting one. Um, I like it personally, but I just don't know how fit he is. I'd probably wait another fixture and see how he performs. Abe, been following your Twitter for a while now. Great work. I appreciate it, man. Onwards and upwards with the Twitter. It's going well, and content as well is getting there slowly but surely every single week. So we'll wrap it up there, I think. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So I'm trying to get more used to the deadlines. I'm trying to get used to speaking slower so you can all understand me. And everything is just going to get better from here on out. So I'm up early in the morning, so wish me luck. And thank you again for everyone that tuned in. See you later, lads. Hi, Chai, do you reckon KDB is the option? Yeah, he's good. Are you staying in the Shelbourne? I don't know what that means. What's your new job? It's a computer science job. See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I will be doing a deadline stream, and we might have a video out before then. So best of luck, lads.